Looking at continuing on with lesson 10, we're looking at the effective interest rate and some classic questions, and to help you use the effective interest rate formula to help you make sound decisions on whether you should choose this loan or this investment and that investment. So let's have a look at this first one here. Determine which savings account is better to invest money into for the following. So what I'd like you to write here is firstly say we want to earn more interest. Therefore, we're looking for the highest effective interest rate. Okay. So here we go. We've got a worked example that I want you to have a go at, the one on the right. So I'm going to use the effective interest rate formula here. It's just way easier. So we've got our R is equal to 5.71%. We've got our N as being 1 for this first one. The second one, R is equal to 5.6%, and N is equal to 4 because it's compounded quarterly. What I'm going to do now is just calculate the effective interest rate and see which one's the best by making a concluding remark. So what I'm going to do now is go onto my e-activity. I just find it way easier. Go OK. And then we want to solve for E. Our rate was 5.71% and the N was 1. And I know what you're thinking here. Why am I doing this? Well, I'm just blindly following the formula, but I know the answer is going to be 5.71 as the compounding is annually, 5.71. So we've got that there. Let's do the next one, 5.6, and the compounding was 4. And we go solve, 5.72. Okay, now usually I go to 2, but sometimes 3 decimal places may be handy, so you may need to go back. 5.71% as effective, and this one, the effective is 5.72% per annum. Therefore, I would choose the 5.6% N's equal to 4 account. Okay, hopefully you found that useful. Have a go at your turn. Press pause, press play when you're ready to check the answers. So here we go, we're going to go through the answers now. So this one here, the 3.2% per annum compounded monthly, the effective is 3.25%, and then the 3.14% compounded daily is 3.19% effective. So therefore, we would choose the 3.2% compounded monthly. I should write choose. Okay, there we go. All right, let's move on to the next one, and we're looking at comparing loans now. So define which loan account is better to borrow into for the following. Now this one here, we're borrowing money here, and what it means by better is you want to pay less money. So we're thinking here we want a lower effective interest rate. So we want to drop that. Therefore, it's less interest. Okay. So do you see here the wording of the question is important on whether we choose one or the other. We're going to do the same thing here. 13%. That's R. We've got our N as 1. I'm not going to be an idiot this time and just plug in. I'm just going to say it's 13% per annum because it's an annual. The other one is R is 12.6% and N is 4. So the effective interest rate we're going to have to calculate. Okay, so we've got, go here, 12.6 and compounding of 4, and then go solve. 12.55 is our answer, 12.55. That can't be right. Let me just double check that. Oh, I missed the thing. 12.6, and now let's solve. 13.21. That is more like it. Now, I'll just go through what I did there. Is I noticed that the effective interest rate dropped from 12.6. So it went below 12.6, which is never possible. So I just did a double check. So having those sanity checks is always good. Therefore, we're going to choose the 13% per annum compounded once account, because it's less interest is being generated on that. Okay, let's look at the next one. We're just going to go through the answers here. So press pause, find the answers, and then press play when you think you've got them. So this is 8.05%, and the N is going to be biannually, so 2. The other one is 7.99%, and that's 365. Let's go through our answers now. Effective of 8.21% versus an effective of 8.32%. So what are we going to choose? We're going to choose the 8.05% biannual as the lower effective interest rate. Keep forgetting that word choose. There we go. Last one, we've got some more problem solving questions. Now, we could use the effective interest rate formula like we had in the previous lesson. If I was going to do this, I'll just write it out. And then we want to solve for this. So it says, determine the rate required to make an effective interest rate of 3.44%. So this is a decimal. 1 plus R, we don't know what that is yet. It's compounded monthly. And we can put that into solve. So let's practice that now. Okay, main, keyboard, solve. And we're going to put this formula in. 0.0344 is equal to 1 plus shift divide x on 12, that to the power of 12 minus 1. And we get 2 answers. Now, obviously 1 is ridiculous. You can't have a negative interest rate like that. So we're going to have and choose x, which is our 0.0338. Just here, and you can press the cross arrow and get more of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this number here, bring it down and times by 100 to make it a percentage, and then find it to 2 decimal places. So 3.39%. 3.39%. Okay, so then we can write our answer down. So R, 3.39%. Now, personally, I think there's a bit of work there. It's pretty easy to make an error, especially a rounding error. So we can actually just use our ClassPad app again, and we can solve. So you go into effective interest, solve, and then we need an effective interest of 3.44%. We know it's going to be 12. And to solve for R, we simply move that blue circle down and click solve. Out pops 3.39. Now you can see the difference in time there. I can just go straight to that answer. And it might be worth writing, I'm using the CP EACT, ClassPad e-activity for this, just in case it's worth more than 2 marks and that's your working. But if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. That's a risk there. Whereas if you use this strategy, you may get 1 from 3. But usually these are 2-mark questions. It's not worth the time using the solve function. So I recommend always use a ClassPad function. Okay, have a go at the your turn there. Press pause now, have a crack at it, and then press play when you're ready to go. Okay, so the answer I've got here is at the that wasn't meant to be effective interest rate. That's just going to be rate. Sorry about that. The rate we have, let's just talk about first thing. You've got effective interest rate. You should have plugged in as 12.5%. And you've got N is equal to 4. If you do all that, then the rate is going to be 11.95% per annum. Okay, that's the end of this video today. I'll show you where to access these questions. In the front cover of your booklet, you'll find all the information you'll need. So where is it? Come on. It's a big booklet, this one. Lesson 10. So you want to be doing these questions here from Nelson, 7.06 questions 1, 4, 6, and 9. And hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Thank you very much.